again, and welcome back to 5MinuteGuitarLessons.com. Today we're having our second lesson on standard tuning, how to arrive at standard tuning using the relative pitches of the strings. Now, as a review from last time, standard tuning is that tuning that most guitars are most commonly tuned to, with the pitches of the strings going from 6th to 1st being E, A, D, G, B, and E. Sounds like this again. So the objective of today's lesson is to teach you how to get to those pitches as quickly as possible. So we'll begin. Let me grab my guitar that's a little bit out of tune and we'll get started. Okay, so now I've got my guitar that I've kind of detuned a little bit so we can demonstrate this relative pitch tuning concept. We have to assume that at least one of the strings on your guitar is fairly close, so you have a point of reference, and then from that you can tune all of the other strings. See the practice aids for this lesson for specific information on what intervals you can expect to see between the strings and how to fret certain strings so that they give you the reference pitch for the next one. So anyway, here we go. I assume that my A string is in tune perfectly, or at least close enough, and the objective of the rest of this guitar, getting the rest of the guitar in tune, is to use that as a reference pitch to tune the rest of the strings. So we'll start with tuning the E string to my A string. So you'll hear, doesn't sound quite right? So ideally what we want is for the E string and the A string, the E string fretted at fret number 5 should have the same pitch as the A string. So here's our reference pitch on A, on the 5th string. And here's our pitch on the 5th fret of the E string. Maybe we can tell it's a little bit low, right? Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Well, anyway, we know we'll have to bring that up just a little bit. So we'll bring it up just a little bit, and you can tell it. Now we've brought it up a little bit too much, so we'll lower it a little bit. You can kind of hear waves that are made when the two pitches are really close together but not quite right. The objective of tuning with relative pitch is to get rid of all the waves. So you can pluck the two strings and adjust it until the waves are gone. There we go. And you then, looking at the intervals that are expressed on the charts on the practice aids, we'll do the same with the remaining strings. So tuning your 4th string based on the pitch of your 5th string, you fret your 5th string A at the 5th fret, and that should give you the pitch for your 4th string. So here's our reference pitch, and here's our 4th string. Again, a little bit flat. We'll bring it up. Pretty close. We'll do the same thing for the remaining strings. So going from 4th to 3rd, until my 3rd string is a little bit high. There we go. 3rd to 2nd is a little bit different. It's a different interval, so you'll fret your 3rd string on the 4th fret. Remember to make sure all the waves are gone. Pretty close. And then on the 5th fret on your 2nd string, have it. Standard tuning. So that's it for today's lesson. Again, check out the practice aids. There are some useful tips on how to measure the intervals between the strings that should be there for standard tuning and arrive at the right reference pitch for comparing the sounds. Tune in next time for our final lesson on standard tuning, how to arrive at standard tuning using the harmonics on the strings of your guitars. Thanks a bunch for joining us at 5minuteguitarlessons.com, and we hope to see you next time.